Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I want to tell you that God is good. God is great. Let's give God thanks for our lives today. So as we keep growing in God, we got to remember that stuff is going to happen all around us no matter what. We can't let the outside world drive us mad. We got to be glad. We got to be happy. We got to go forth in love. We got to let the love from our heart shine out to the world. Love is the key. It really is. So I can't let the anxiety take over me. I can't let the anxiety have greatness over me. I have to have greatness over the anxiety, because all around the lighthouse, it's always noise. There's always noise everywhere. When you go forth, you try to have peace. You can't find peace because of the spiritual warfare. So therefore, it's always noise around the lighthouse, and I always get worried about getting interrupted. Out there in God's beauty, I try to get away from the insects. You have to duck and dodge the insect spiritual warfare. So I'd rather kind of take my chances here in the lighthouse, kind of early morning, early as I can get, really, to get it going, to get it growing, because I really in the afternoon and stuff, honey, I be out there, be battling them bees, them wasps, them spiders, them frogs. I'm telling you, they be coming at me, and these wispy things flying at me, trying to get in the car. They was pretty, these wispy, I don't know what they was, wispy things off the grass, just floating to the car, just floating to my car. That's where they want to be. To the light, where the white at, the light, because white is in you, that's light, that's purity, it's within all of us, white is a color, black is a color, those are colors, so we rise together one another, we different skin, one love, sisters and brothers, we rise up together. Look at the Doobie brothers, they was brothers. It's a different color brother in there. He was a Doobie too. I'm a Doobie sister. So look, you a Doobie too. Doobie brother. Doobie said real love. They were looking for real love. Well, here it is. We growing from God above. We got the real love. We're going to go forth in love. I'm telling you something, no matter what. Even in the church sanctuary, somebody holding the finger up, to walk around and do this and do that. And that is a distraction, as you trying to get the message out. But look, just like the preacher go forth in love, you got to stand there over all of that. You over all of dominion. The sin is not over you. You got dominion over you. You got dominion over the sin. See, because you can allow the sin in. Only you can allow the sin in. See, you can stand here and play that forgiving game. Go back and forth, jump in, jump out. One time you're going to jump in and you ain't going to get out. So look. I told you about that jump in, jump out game we used to play. You got to jump on the rope the right way. You got to jump like this. You got to jump like, just can't jump anyway. So look, but when you jump on that, because when you jump on the rope, you got to jump right. But you jump in, you in the spiritual warfare. You messed up. Might get caught in there. So I'm telling you, that little game we used to play, honey. See, we used to go outside and have to think of stuff. God gave us wisdom as children then. You stuck. You done messed up now because you it now. I'm telling you, now you got to get right and get back out of being it. You don't want to be it, unless you God's it, then you trying to catch everybody and get them up right. See, God gave us wisdom. Kids, you had to go outside and play. You had to go outside and think of something. Go think of a better way. Because you sure wasn't getting ready to sit up there around them grown folks. Hello. You wasn't getting ready to sit around them grown folks and listen to their conversation. You had about 2 times to come in that screen door and then you staying in. And you going to go somewhere and sit down. If you had a TV, if you was lucky to have one, I didn't have one, so I got to be a teenager. Had one in my room, little black and white, wasn't no cable then. You got up and you turn the channel, when you want to watch something different. You only had a few channels to choose from, and then the TV went off at a certain time. You ain't gonna watch TV all night. It went off. Every single channel was off. You seen them blue rainbow lines. That let you know hope. Keep hope alive for tomorrow. The TV come back on. You gotta hope it do. You gotta hope the lights on, the more it's hot. You never know. Back then you was still growing for a breakthrough. You was growing in God. You know, I'm just like them rainbows that came across the screen when the TV went on off. You kept hope alive. You kept hope alive. I got to keep hope alive. I'm going to keep the dream alive. I'm going to keep the dream alive until the day I die. Stutter or not, I'm going to keep going until I fly, till the butterfly emerges to the world. And then we going to show up and show out. Here we are. See, because God has shown me he don't need the publicity. You don't see, before the civil rights leader were pushed to the forefront of the world immediately. And then they were attacked. But look at God working quietly, working off in the distance, just like he was doing in the haunted house. God sent Holy Spirits to be around me, to comfort me, to lift me. When I had no one, I was alone. I ain't have no NAACP, still don't. I didn't have Al Sharpton. And look, through God and Grow, I lost all this weight. And not only that, I'm gaining. I done gained 57. Now we done gained the beautiful Virgin Islands of the United States. So we growing on. You hear me, kings and queens? So keep on keeping with the dream. Keep hope alive. Just like when the TV went off, you kept hope alive in. Keep hope alive. When you got up, turn it back on, there go the screen. It came on again. Keep hope alive. Here go God again. We still growing on. Look, there was a message back then when I was about 10 years old. A message came to me from my grandmother, who somebody told her so. Her grandmother told her so, to tell me to keep the dream alive. Keep hope alive. God is coming through. If you die tomorrow, if you die before you awake, God is your soul to take. Say that. And she made sure I said that every night. When I was there at her house, and then when I got home, I still said, I prayed to the Lord. I always gave God my soul. Always through my life. You hear me? It was God. But then God, I knew it was something wasn't right. That's why I kept bouncing and bouncing from church to church to church. Just couldn't get it right. Just had to learn. I had to grow. I had to rise. I had to lift some more. You had to get up. God had to lift me through some things, because it was a break in my life where a narcissist came in, or the evil rose up against me. And there it went. I'm telling you. And then God showed me, I am here for thee. It ain't about your things. God told me to leave that big, beautiful house with all that furniture in it. You don't need none of that. And sure enough, look, I'm telling you, I done rose from the dust before, honey. I done rose from the dust before with God. When I got out of prison, I didn't have nothing. It was a yellow ribbon, yes. But when I went in the house, wasn't nothing in it. Everything was gone. But God told me he took care of my children when I was in there. God told me that I got thee. God told me, Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the thoughts that I have for you, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Here go the expected end. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Thank you, God. Praises be to God. Glory be to God, because here go a new day, a new world. I'm telling you, God gave me back so much. I'm telling you. Grandbabies, I'm telling you, God gave me so much, honey, so much things. I rose from the dust and got all that stuff back. Didn't mean nothing to me. The clothes, the jewelry, all this and that, that I bought on my own, for my money, with my money that I earned. I'm telling you, honey, to God be the glory. To God be the glory for the whole growth story. My life is a testimony to help you, to show you, how to get the breakthrough. The breakthrough is through love and your actions. Because see, whatever you getting down on this earth don't mean nothing to God. What means something to God is your soul. See, because there's a message that's coming forth, either through me and behind me. Because see, I'm telling my grandbaby, look, God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. No matter what come around you, you know that God's will. So you go forth in God, go forth in love, go forth in forgiveness. See, that's what we instill in our children. That's our legacy. Our legacy is of love. They gonna remember us for love. That's what they gonna remember us for. The oppression is all around us. Oppression doesn't affect all our family members, folks mad at us. Folks that said, blood that left you, blood that done this to you, blood that done that to you, blood that rose up against you. I'm telling you, honey, that's what we done came to. That's what the oppression has done to us. But now we done had enough. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. We go forth in love. That's how we going to drive the evil out and make the world great. Love, not hate, will make the world great. Love, not hate, will make the world great. I'm telling you, that's how we going to do. We going to go forth in love and rise up from the oppression that's all around us. The oppression that's trying to take over us. Evil all out here. But I'm going to tell you something. Evil has no dominion over you. You are over evil. Evil has no dominion over you. You are over evil. You are over anything that try to take control of you, because you ain't going to allow it to. God ain't going to allow it to. See, that's why you still a legend, still fighting on, still growing on. You're going to keep on rising. So look, now, you ain't alone. Link up, lock up, rise up, here we grow. The beautiful Virgin Islands of the United States. Growing up in God. I just feel so great. I've been doing a little praise dance, just doing my little Hawaiian, Virgin Island dance. I'm telling you, honey, I've just been happy in the Lord, and God, things happen for a reason. It's a reason I've been having to go in that store to pay to get my own money. And the look, post office place is closed up. I can't get my little card. The mail and stop. So I have to, in order to get gas, I have to go in the store and pay money to myself. It's a reason I'm going to hearing these songs inside the store. It's growing with me. It's growing within me to put the wisdom in, to tell me. I had to look up that song as I'm sitting there in front of that machine, getting ready, because this machine getting ready to clown with me. So I had to put the Lord in me, before I get started with this machine, because this machine got an attitude, having to deal with this. Instead of customer service, I got to deal with this machine. Honey, it's something. Technology now. I got to remember all these passwords. And I know I put the password in right. And it's going to tell me I didn't put it in right. I have to go back. Some of them don't let you see what your password you putting in. You just putting in what you think you putting in, what you know you putting in, but the machine saying you ain't put that in. So then you got to go back and change your password, and then go back and then go check the email, copy the link, do all this foolishness. I'm telling you, dealing with these machines and different things. I'm telling you, I really miss mail. I just miss mail. I'd rather you just give me a bunch of mail than me have to look through all this old, but then we got paper. It just don't give me no mail. Don't give me none. Stop sending me all this junk mail, because I can't find what I'm really looking for. It's too much junk mail coming. I don't know where these junk people coming from. Sending all this junk mail. Who got time for this? If somebody asks for something, send them that. It's just like all this advertisement going on with all this medicine. I'm telling you, I'm glad I ain't got no TV, because they done took all the beautiful songs and stuck them to medicine. And how you do that? So every time you hear the song, you got to think of some medicine. No, that's crazy. They're trying to drill that in your head. If you got a headache, I'm telling you, we got to stop this foolishness. We'll push this medicine on. Try this for your headache. Try that. Look, why don't you try God? Go sit down. They didn't examine your head. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Well, go sit down somewhere and meditate to the Lord. Stop eating pork. Stop eating so much meat. The doctor that told you cut back. Do that at least. Just cut back. That means push back on the table. That's what that means. Cut back, push back. That's what the doctor trying to say. He trying to say it in a nice way. When he say cut back, that means he pushed back off the, just push back from the table. That's why, I'm telling you, as sad as it is, it's very tragic, a horrible thing, but now it's made us realize how important life is. How we need to turn it around for a new day, a new world for tomorrow, today. How we need to look at our bodies and what we are putting in our bodies and what we are doing to our bodies. Because
as we are getting worse, it's more medicine coming at us. When you go in, he ready. What you talking about, you got these symptoms, that symptom, this. And then he go over here, he ready to write it out. He ready for it. He already, let's try this. I'm telling you, because, man, I was messed up. Honey, I couldn't even walk. Them side effects, honey, I couldn't even walk. My son had to carry me out to the ambulance. He had to, there I said it, ambulance. My son had to carry me out to the ambulance, for real. Honey, I was messed up. I couldn't even walk, from them side effects, from them pills. No, honey, doctor, we got to do something different. We got to turn this way for a better way. See, I got to go over here and see what God say. See what thus said the Lord. See, I went 9 months of medical school too. I ain't quite no fool. I studied enough to show myself approved. God said, no, that's stop right here. You learned enough. You don't need to go no further. But now I want to keep going. So I went in there and saw something that made me scream and made me run out the room. So I knew then I didn't want to be a nurse. I couldn't do it. I can't see, stuff like that bothers me. That's why we're growing for a better way to turn from the spiritual warfare way. See, I didn't want to see all this child abuse, all this different stuff in front of me all the time. That's not what God had for me, not to focus on the oppression, but to rise from the oppression, to show folks a different way, to show them how we going to rise today. We're going to turn to the solution, and the solution is to grow. The solution is to grow in God, to rise in God, to take the reign and the side you got from God and grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We're going to rise, kings and queens. We are the keepers of the dream. And we're going to keep on rolling on full steam until genuine equality and righteousness shall flow like a mighty stream. A beautiful mighty stream, a fountain, as it should, as it will. Because God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. No matter what you heard, no matter what's around you, no matter how bleak it looked, no matter what they told you, no matter what you thought of you, God's will, and you are part of God's will. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So rise, my sister. Rise, my brother. It's time to link up and lock up, rise up, straighten up. It's time to straighten up in God because you are already perfection. Just start growing. Just start rising. Just start lifting. Just start sowing. Each and every day for a better way. Those seeds of love is for you. See, I threw all the way to the Virgin Islands. I done threw seeds of love all the way to the Virgin Islands. So here we grow. Come on, we're gonna rise some more. Come on, let's rise in God. I'm telling you, grab up the side. You got the rain, take the rain and the side. Let's grow some more every day. For a better way. I'm telling you, I'm fired up in God, kings and queens. I'm fired up, and you got to be fired up too, because God is moving. The wind has changed direction. God is moving. I'm telling you, this is me, honey. Ain't no future in your fronting. This is me, who I am. I'm going to tell you who I am. I'm a queen of God, I done took the rain. Some of that rain ain't coming back no more. But I done took the rain and the sod, and I'm still growing. Still sowing, still rising, still reaching, still lifting, still sowing, still growing. All in beautiful order. Just like that. Mix up, match up in God. That's what we're going to do. I love you. There they go mowing. They got to do their job too. I told you all around the all around the lighthouse. All around the lighthouse, the spiritual warfare is out there everywhere. Somebody spun a big spider web out there, on my car. A great big evil looking spider web, perfectly done there. But anyway, Like I said, we ain't gonna focus there. We ain't gonna focus on spiritual warfare. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Wrap God up. Wrap God up all around you. Don't be left without God. Don't step over there without God. When you go, take God. You know, I know what she says she gonna do, but when you go, take God. See, you know who she bringing. So go and take God when you go. You know, nah, don't pick that up. That God ain't part of that. You know, go over there with God. God, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You either. Go over there with God, honey. So there, you know, each one of you, go in God. Go with God. Go in love. Don't sit there and film nothing like that. You see something going on, you know, film it so you can film it for the police to turn them in. You know, let them know what's going on. Love, not hate, will make the world great. Yo, don't sit there. If you don't want to be a part of it, don't film it. You know, I'm telling you, we're giving evil a breakthrough, and we got to stop. Yo, we got to stop. Like my mama said, somebody got to have some stopping sense. You know, somebody got to say, hey, it's time for me to get off this merry-go-round. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Somebody got to stop. It's time to stop the spiritual warfare. It's time to come on up out of there. It's time to rise up, rise to reach your greatness. Look at you, rise to reach your greatness. Come on, great mountain. What does a mountain do? He makes room. It makes room. She makes room. It makes room. A mountain, I said it, a mountain makes room, okay? And I'm telling you, I'm country. A mountain makes room and it rises up. Got to spread. It gets so great, it's got to spread. So look, I'm a great mountain spreading. And to spread it all the way out there to the U.S. Virgin Islands. God bless you. I love you. Keep growing. Keep spreading. Great mountains. We making great mountains all over the world, virtually. You know, here we are in the invisible building, the internet, you know, gathered in the name of God. God is all the way at the top of the umbrella. Something got to hold it all together, and that's God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you, kings and queens. Keep on keeping with the dream.